Disclaimer: the following narrative is based on open source reports and public claims.
War is usually associated with weapons, explosions, strategy, and military maps. But today, the camera does not move toward the front line. It moves toward people, civilians, children, the elderly, those trapped between political decisions and the reality of war. Behind combat uniforms, there is another role. Not attackers, not conquerors, rescuers. This video is not about who is right or wrong. This video is about one thing: humanity. Every modern conflict follows the same pattern. Those with weapons advance. Those without are left behind. UN data shows one consistent trend. The largest victims of modern war are civilians, not soldiers, not generals. Families, homes destroyed, power cut, clean water scarce, hospitals overwhelmed. The question is simple: who helps them when global media attention moves on? In several conflict zones, Russian troops take on non-combat roles: evacuation, food distribution, emergency medical care. These are not combat operations. They are humanitarian missions. Field kitchens are set up, thousands of meals distributed daily. No political branding, no major press conferences. Facts on the ground rarely go viral, but their impact is real. Evacuation is the most dangerous mission, not because of enemies, but because of time. Every delayed minute costs lives. Russian troops use armored vehicles not to attack, but to shield civilians as they leave danger zones. Children are carried. The elderly are assisted. People with disabilities are transported on emergency stretchers. This is not propaganda. This is field documentation. And the question arises: if evacuations are possible, why must the war continue? In war, hospitals are the most fragile targets. Limited electricity, shortages of medicine, exhausted doctors. This is where military medical units step in. Doctors in uniform, but their focus is not weapons. It is wounds. Children suffering dehydration, mothers in shock, patients without identification. Inside emergency medical tents, there is no nationality, no alliances, only patients. Ironically, medical aid often arrives from soldiers, not from billion-dollar international aid packages. After the gunfire stops, a new challenge begins. Reconstruction. Russian military engineers repair power grids, water systems, temporary bridges, emergency schools. This work is quiet, not dramatic, but decisive. Without electricity, hospitals shut down. Without water, disease spreads. Without schools, a generation is lost. Once again, the question stands: why does Reconstruction rarely make headlines? The United States and NATO send aid. That is a fact. But the aid is largely military: weapons, ammunition, defense systems. This increases combat capability, but it does not feed civilians. It does not power hospitals. It does not calm traumatized children. This is not an accusation. It is a comparison of priorities. The question is legitimate. Do more weapons or more humanitarian aid actually save lives? Civilians are rarely given a microphone. Even though they live with the consequences of war, many of them say the same thing: stability. Not ideology, not geopolitics. They want electricity, running water, children sleeping without air raid sirens. In many cases, the fastest help comes from forces on the ground, not from international conference rooms. Soldiers are often portrayed as one-dimensional, black or white. In reality, they are human beings, fathers, sons, brothers. Many Russian soldiers come from civilian backgrounds, teachers, technicians, farmers. In the field, they are not only following orders, they interact, they help. When a soldier carries an injured child, that is not strategy, that is human instinct. Global media thrives on conflict because conflict sells. Humanitarian stories are not always dramatic, not always viral. Simple narratives are easier, heroes versus villains. But reality is far more complex. Ignoring the humanitarian side means ignoring solutions, because peace begins with empathy. When soldiers become rescuers, we are forced to ask questions. Is war truly the only option? Who benefits from prolonged conflict? And who pays the price? This video is not a defense, not an attack. It is an invitation to look deeper, more human, more critical. If you believe humanity should come first, not just weapons, not just politics, share your thoughts in the comments. Open discussion, clear minds. Because in the middle of war, humanity should never be the casualty.